Yeah, and also Mars brings you that, we talked a lot about it during the SADPC, but it was also something during the major that became a talking point was displacement abilities, or the ability to move your opponents around the map, right? The Mars Spear, Force Staffs, we had Disruptor with Glimpse, all these kind of nice little things to kind of shift team fights, and then you add in that zone control where you've got Winter's Curse to maybe take one team fight on one edge of a greater battle, and then a Mars Arena to zone out a carry on the other side, so you can pick your targets and kind of shift around the fight where you need to, or even just to protect your TV. Throw down an arena to keep the enemies at bay. Oh, Bat Ban. Oh, Dark Mago being focused a bit there. Tiny and Bat Rider removed.
All the playmaking mids for Dark Mago, getting rid of that. But he has quite a few. He's got like Sand King and some other quirky ones, and Infinity go with the Dark Willow again. I mean, it worked out in game 1. Sexy Yogi, position 5 Dark Willow. Loves it. He knows how to play it. He can, as long as he can provide his carry a good amount of farm, then why not? You can literally make any post 5s work. Plus, it kind of fits the pattern of supports in the patch right now. Just hopefully you have some disables, but just be able to dish out a lot of damage.
Oh, for sure. And it also gives them a bit of flexibility. Like, I think you're right. It's probably Sexy Yogi on the hero, but it could be a Willow Centaur lane, or it could be Willow plus carry lane. Phoenix could be down there with Centaur. You're not entirely sure how they're going to set up their lanes just yet.
Yeah, they can swap the lanes. That's true. But then, without a doubt, it will be Sexy Yogi Dark Willow.
Yeah.
That's for sure, yeah.
I think that's for sure.
Now they picked a Mirana here. The only thing I see with this Mirana pick, why they would do it in this situation, is for the Phoenix. You got the leap, you can hit the egg, which is very nice. The lane against Dark Willow is kind of hard for Mirana, as Dark Willow's attack speed is a little bit faster, plus has 2 stuns. Mirana will have a hard time dealing with that, or the root and then the stun. Also arrow off of the curse. Not something you normally would want to use as a setup. So NoPing are going to want to have another offline disable hero. Maybe an axe. Oh, Wraith King picked up. That's interesting.
Is that good into the TB?
It's hard to say.
He's a bit faster,
okay.
I guess?
That's what I was worried about, because they picked the Wraith King first, and NoPing still had their offlaner to pick. So now they picked this Tide, who's a pretty good counter to the Wraith King in the lane, because you can just use your Anchor Smash to kill all his skeletons. Wraith King is going to have to go into the jungle much earlier, which means, unlike last game, Oscar is going to have free farm in this game. And that's changes the whole dynamic of NoPing here. I don't know. I would have liked to have seen the last pick be the carry for Infinity and just try to at least counter Oscar and play through that.
I think you might be right, yeah. And it's such a good laning combo with that Gush minus armor and the slow to set up the arrow. Whether it's Phoenix or Dark Willow, they're both very squishy heroes. Whichever support up there going to have a really nasty time against Mirana Tide.
And you can still get arrowed while you're in the Shadow Realm as a Dark Willow, so...
And you don't know this mid lane matchup. I'm just wondering what do NoPing want to go for? Like, do they think about the Invoker again?
Still got the Kunkka.
Buff on the TV.
Give me the Kunkka.
We keep wanting that Dark Mago Kunkka.
Yeah, I mean, they just... Okay, I've seen this before, right? From NoPing. They played against Beast Coast. They picked this Tiny or something, and they didn't have a secondary core in their draft. And then the next game, they pick like Bristleback and Kunkka and like an actual damage dealing core hero, and they would just smash the games. So that's what I would like to see here.
No Kunkka for Dark Mago.
Gone, Ember's gone. Ah, he's running out of heroes here to pick. Storm Spirit, that could be good. They got these 2 tanky frontlining Tidehunter and Terrorblade. Storm, not the easiest hero to counter as well in the mid lane. He can always just go into the jungle if need be.
That's true.
Go with the Invoker.
I do go the Invoker again, yeah. That's what I was wondering. Like, if you got a TB, just go Invoker again, have that alacrity, play your style, play that. Full Protect 1 has become a phrase that we don't really use too often anymore, because Dota has developed so much now that it very rarely is 4 heroes protecting 1 that carries you into the late game. But NoPing still play that way, as PP brings out the Void Spirit again to match against the Invoker.
you're right though that the buff for the Terrorblade is going to be really nice. Alacrity onto him, going to be a lot better. I do feel like this game at least NoPing have the stronger carry in their draft, which is gonna relieve a lot of pressure off of them to make so many plays like they had to in game one. But that being said, though, Dark Mango's Invoker, I feel like that's his worst hero out of like his entire hero pool.
Yeah.
So, Infinity did a good job of making Dark Mago uncomfortable. Now the question is that enough to offset the fact that HFN is on a Terrorblade and you know he's gonna be like top net worth in this game?
And if we know that is the case, do you want to adapt this Wraith King build? Do we still see the phase triple branch Radiance, or is an armlet slotted in there? Do we go for that?
You can't
early
go for
build?
the physical damage build against TB. You gotta go for the Radiance. You need that burn factor. You need to be able to maybe even armlet into Radiance. I think there's a lot of potential there. I saw Hector going for that build a lot more often now. So there's a lot of potential there. Armlet allows you to fight early, and then you just like go into the Radiance right after. So you can still be defending your towers and not be an absolute burden to your team.
Yeah. And I guess very often you're buying that kind of casual gloves of haste anyway, considering the Midas or considering the armlet, so you've got the option there regardless of what goes on. As we get ourselves into the game two, and our favorite part of the South American region is the immediate pause.
Immediate pause. It just, I mean, last game wasn't an immediate pause, so that was a little bit surprising to me. They still paused. You know, there's a whole pause meta game here, guys. You gotta understand that it's part of the game.
He's not joking. We even saw some interesting new technology in the pause department as well, where people were pausing just before the draft ended, so we'd have a black screen, and we're all panicking that the game's not loading. Oh god!
Do it to remake.
It's just a pause.
And guys, what is this? Unpausing time at last. Right on schedule.
Well, someone said go. Who paused it though? I've lost track because of all the chat wheel spam. Mareska's come out to talk a bit. I didn't know what I was expecting. Right, Matthew says go. We can get underway. Game two here. Infinity up against NoPing. We just saw that smoke fail out from NoPing. Couldn't really get them any information. They'll just return themselves back down to the bottom bounty runes. And Observer Ward there, I believe, placed from the fog. So not scouted out by Panda Boot. Are they going to get 3 here? I thought Arston might be able to grab that one, but it's actually 3 for NoPing.
Yeah. Alright, Panda Boo. I mean, Arston, he decided not to skill up his hoof stomp. Burna tipping him. He's like, you ass. Why didn't you get us that second rune?
It really should have been a guaranteed one. He even walked past the rune.
Exactly.
I think the pause might have just unsettled him.
Yeah, he might have been scared or something of a potential Mirana arrow. He's like trying to dodge and nah.
True that. Well, bottom lane. Oscar and Matthew. We've got Anchor Smash level 1. Arrow connects onto Burner because that Anchor Smash and a bit of damage onto the Wraith King.
Oh, no.
Already a good push forward from NoPing with a range creep deny as well. And both of these side lanes are going to be real brawl fests, aren't they? Like Tide Mirana against Wraith King Willow. Tons of disables and damage. And then top lane, Terrorblade just getting punched and clicked down with the Fire Spirits and the Stomps. Everybody's burning through their early regen at a frantic pace.
Yep, and HFN going for the Reflection level 1. We've been seeing this more and more of. Not going for the meta. It's just so nice to zone out your opponent for like 5 seconds. Oh, that's a lot of damage onto HFN. They do have a healing salve though. Oh, they're gonna hit level 2 first on Infinity. If Aplona gets this Icarus dive, they might just actually dive NoPing here.
Panda salves himself. And this creep wave is pushing onto tower as well, so it's not just hitting level 2, but also shoving wave under HFN's tower. And Panda Boo gets the Arctic Burnout. This is a dangerous position to be in though as NoPing. And Arzen holding on to his second point. I'm not going to go for the aggressive move.
A crazy amount of HP regen under the tower, so he is still healthy. And Panda Boot just want to be full, be able to fight if Infinity do decide to dive. Because the big camp is blocked, Panda Boot is not worried about having to go there and stop this Phoenix from pulling.
True.
Yeah. How about mid lane? I mean, it's literally the same exact lane as last game. We can ignore this lane. The entirety of the game is gonna be this. It's probably the same result. Actually,
Yeah,
PP
it looks like
he's doing a bit better though. He's got 6
Yes.
denies this time around. 2 minutes in. That's a pretty big difference already.
this is more of what I expected from this matchup. I feel like game 1, Dark Mago had a really good lane in this Invoker against Void Spirit matchup, and this time around, PP is kind of playing it as it's meant to.
Yeah.
We'll see if it changes though when the second null arrives, which is pretty quick here from Dark Mago.
No, just
And it looks like top lane, everything got dewarded, right? Radiant got the sentry into that small camp, dewarded the large camp, so now Infinity can think about pulling off to the side. But it hasn't really stopped TB from farming. Still has himself 14 last hits.
Arsen also has Retaliate level 2 skilled up. This is not how I expected Arsen to actually skill in this lane. Double Edge, something very potent against Terrorblade. You could get kills on him with that, but he's opted more for the farming build instead here. And that
So
means
is that
HFN
because
is
he
just
has
gonna
a
free farm
Phoenix?
this lane. I don't know. You can always dive. It's a pretty good slow. Like right there, he's dead with Double Edge.
And instead, it's a turnaround onto Centaur. Oh, HFN. He didn't want to go aggressive there.
Yeah, Pamplona
Man,
would have
that's
swooped on in, and you pop a level 2 double edge, TB's dead. Look at his HP pool. It's so little. Very unfortunate.
Tiny. Pathetic. Mid lane, bit of a chase in towards that top rune spot. Good dodge away from the arrow
Got
and
it.
the water rune grabbed by PP. Beautifully timed. Still cold snap though. His resonant pulse going to try and make him a bit tankier, holding the fairy fire. But this Matthew Mirana body blocking like a madman, forcing 2 TP rotations. And Matthew gives the
That's a
tip
lot of
over to
TP
Sexy Yogi.
rotations. Pretty nice play there from NoPing. I don't think that Void Spirit was going to die regardless, because he had a Fairy Fire that's going to get close to the door as well. And now 2 supports TP mid. That's 200 gold down the drain right there.
Yeah, something Dark Mago definitely needed was that Mirana rotation to help a little bit though. Starting to slip behind. And we start to see Matthew tracking back onto Sexy Yogi, who gets a really nice deep ward over towards the Ancients. See if Matthew is able to figure this one out. Should get off a couple of good stacks. Observer Ward doesn't block them, while top lane, Pamplona and Arsen have gone diving behind this tier 1, but Pandaboo's there with a salve onto HFN. A Splinter Blast on the Phoenix. And everything
Love a
settles
TP.
down.
He's going to have to go die to the tower here. That's alright. He'll get a free one now.
That still means free farm time for HFN. And I
a
feel
lot
like
of-
bottom lane we've kind of ignored for the most part, haven't we?
Yeah, we have. And that's because Tidehunter, he's not going to be dying here. There's not any threat on him. Sexy Yogi, though.
Yeah, on the other hand, that Starstorm, the Gush, the leap forward. Matthew stunned with a Wraithfire Blast, but Burner now the one in danger himself. Another Gush, Oscar Anchor smashes him, and this Wraith King in trouble. He's being bothered by Matthew's rotation, who gets a double kill on the Mirana.
What a perfect time to go down to that bottom lane. And Arsen, top lane, also getting wrecked here.
Oh yeah, it's NoPing all the way.
Yeah.
Both
well,
of
that
these side lanes
Retaliate
looking
build
incredibly hot.
ain't looking good for him. Yeah, exactly. I'll tell you one thing, Gary. I did not expect this TB Winter Wyvern lane to go this well for them. I really don't think this is how well this lane should be going for NoPing, but they're getting it done. Bottom lane, the Tidehunter, that is to be expected because it's such an incredible matchup against the Wraith King. So he's free farming all 3 lanes for NoPing. So much better than game 1.
Yeah, and Sexy Yogi, yet again being chased out by Matthew. He tries the Shadow Realm damage, maybe a courier snipe on the way out there. But Matthew picks up a killing spree, guarding up these bounty runes and roaming around beautifully on this Mirana. Arsen. Centaur down to about half health. Pandaboo, Arctic burning him back. Again, it's all about sustaining HFN in that lane, keeping him hitting creeps. And it's going to be asked, what's the remedy here for Infinity? If all of your lanes are starting to bleed out and you know that TB is the god king of this game, he is the ultimate carry, your timing, you've got to hit it pretty hard. But Dark Mago rotates top now and he's going to stop Arsen from getting anywhere near his space-making items. Doesn't even have
Yeah,
Vanguard
and
7 minutes in.
And that was him TPing back to the top lane to farm and just getting killed off again. They know he can't escape in any way by TPing out. It's gonna have to be PP. PP has to make so many plays, get so many things done. But HFN, he's ready to go into the jungle. He's level 6, free farm, he's got treads, he's got raindrops. Like, he's not an easy kill either anymore. He's sitting at about 1000 HP with strength treads. So I think Infinity, they've might have lost their timing to actually get a few kills onto HFN.
Yeah, they can't slow him down. They've got to try and speed themselves up somehow. Well, that's the Vanguard on the Centaur, but it's still a long road towards Boots, Blink Dagger, anything like that, while PP, under the Haste Rune, gets away from the Mirana Arrow. They attempted that Tornado Arrow combo, but can't get the job done, while top lane, the power of the sun from Pamplona, burning and thawing that Winter Wyvern. Sexy Yogi and Arzen should be here with a stomp and a double-edged to allow PP to slay Panda Boot, and maybe transfer this into a tier 1 tower. NoPing, though, not going to give it up for free. Bring numbers up towards top. Meta ready yet again for HFN. Matthew with an arrow, looking to line it up. Arzen gets star-stormed. Well, hold themselves. Oh, whoa, how's that landed? Arzen didn't want to dodge it. The double leap arrow comes in. Arzen is done for.
Yeah, so Boots, he feels sluggish.
Too slow. Well, retaliate doesn't work against arrows.
Yeah, Brenna was doing the right thing though while they were all top lane on NoPing defending that tower. He tried to do some damage mid, but at what cost? You know, you lost your bottom tower anyway. Oscar having the freest game of his life right now, and I don't know how he died in this game.
It looks like Matthew is finally going to take a tumble. Killing spree grabbed up, and you said PP is going to be that primary catalyst here for Infinity to actually try and speed this game up for themselves. So it's good to see him get up on the scoreboard once again. I guess now Burner does have that bottom lane, the dead lane to farm into. But yeah, if Oscar can't die, he's just going to front line and defend all your towers. So the pushes from Infinity is going to be very hard. Invoker's so good at defending objectives. The entire draft here could be, real massive difference to game 1, right? Because they've got 4 heroes who can defend the Terrorblade.
I think they completely outdrafted Infinity in this game on NoPing side, and this Tidehunter, he is just unstoppable. It's such a big difference from when you first pick Oscar's hero versus when you get to counter the enemy carry with Oscar's hero. Play through him.
Oh, Dark Margo getting into the action again. Into the thick of things on the Sexy Yogi. Final couple of touches there, pick up the Dark Willow. And it really has been this smooth transition for this Invoker to move from mid lane to top lane, protect your tier 1, stop any kind of push coming that way. While PP is looking to try and find any little hidey holes he can. These little nooks and crannies where he's finding a few little stacks here and there, picking up farm aggressively on the enemy side of the map, something that we always love to see, because that gives you even more space for your Wraith King to have that safe positioning and farm for himself. Oh, they're setting up on this Invoker. Dark Margo, good tornado. Can he Ghost Walk and get away? Because he's in the Bramble Maze. The EMP is going to clap down. PP out of mana now as Panda Boot. And a good... Oh, Matthew! They come in at the final moment. Matthew's still going to die to the Bedlam. A double kill for the Sexy Yogi, but the Rabbit is there onto PP. Void Spirit with Assimilate. Up to the northwest. Astral Step. Disengages out of there, so a 2-for-1. PP very gladly survives. Invoker Mirana for the Phoenix.
I mean, that was the best thing Infinity could have asked for. Just get 2 kills while your Centaur's farming, your Wraith King's farming. They need more of that. And plus the Ravage was spent too in that engagement. Like Infinity right now, they're just looking to catch up, hit some kind of timing on their heroes. Arzen getting gone on top. He does have that Vanguard and Phoenix healing him up.
Sunray was pretty good, but now he's out of mana, out of HP. Diving onto Dark Margo. There's a Ghost Walk to retreat. They've got Dust there to reveal him, but the follow-through is lacking. Panda Boot is now the target they'll switch to. PP putting some good damage towards him, but look at Oscar arriving with that Gush and Anchor Smash. Level 9 Tidehunter just going to slap into PP. He's down half HP. He's gone. He's dead. Even with the Bedlam here, Sexy Yogi doesn't stand a chance. Can't find a pick-off. Surrounded by NoPing heroes. Sexy Yogi trapped and killed by Oscar.
Oh, that's so demoralizing for Infinity. They felt like they had some kind of angle to go onto Dark Mago, and then Oscar just comes in, you know, a little bit late, but doesn't matter. He's there, the raid boss is there, and these are all fights NoPing is winning without the Terrorblade, and Terrorblade has been absolute free farm, beyond free farm. He's 2-0-2, lane was amazing, the entire map is his, and I don't know, he's gonna hit some crazy network timings this game. This is like 10k by what, 16 minutes.
Was it HFN? I remember very clearly the game where we had a 13,000 net worth TB at 18 minutes, and you were very happy about that performance. Was it HFN or was it
13,000 at it was I think it was HFN. 13,000 at 20 minutes, yeah, something like that.
Perfect.
Some spectacular.
Did you steal the possessed mask?
Chicks, start plotting.
Who's stolen what?
Revenge to
Dark
Oh
Willow?
no, that was their own. That was their own possessed mask.
Okay.
Okay. They almost got it stolen.
Oh dear, very close. Dark Willow dead again. And what is that? NoPing bringing 3 heroes top, once more proactively defending their tier 1 tower. As we have another pause.
Yeah, have you seen the Centaur's items?
Yeah, I keep meaning to come back to this because we
You're
didn't
a
like it in
Centaur
DPC.
You're a Centaur connoisseur, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. So what do you think of this build?
I don't know, man. It feels like Vanguard, if you're having a good time, is fine, but when you're having a bad time, it's like, you know, wrapping a cement block on your ankle and being thrown into the river. It's just dead weight. You need the hood this game. You need the blink dagger because no one else is doing anything on your team. You need to be the one that jumps and catches people. You've got max retaliate to try and farm. I don't know. It just feels like he's doubling down on catching up when he needs to be the one that allows other people to catch up.
Yeah, I think he misplayed this game. Like, not going to double edge build against Terrorblade, that was the first mistake, and now going for a hood after the Vanguard instead of the dagger and being able to make some kind of plays on the map or just cover your teammates. It's some initiation. I mean, they need it so badly. This is just too much. Arzen is just absorbing more farm than he should be.
Especially when you have a Wraith King who has a very predetermined, we know, oh, smoke pops on the moonlight. Pandabu sees them.
Keyword.
Good D-ward though. But yeah, especially when you know Wraith King has this predetermined, I'm going to be ready, what, like 14 minutes into the game, I'm going to have my relic. 15, 16 minutes, I'll have my Radiance. If you're also trying to create space...
What is this play?
Are they stampeding top or mid? Okay, top. Arzen is trying to escape top. He does TP successfully back away from them, and they try and make a play mid at the same time, so it looks like the stampede will work out some way or another. Pandabu gets out the curse, the cold embrace there. Supernova going to land on him though, and Pandabu down. Terrorized from Sexy Yogi, not going to get thrown out, just fake pumped for now. And HFN's arrival going to send them scurrying back towards the cliff tops. Invoker feared, but HFN, the carries here. Killing spree for that Terrorblade.
Well, you know, that it was just a Winter Wyvern for the Dark Willow and the Phoenix, and they're just going to get the mid tower because HFN was already nearby. And more map control going to go the way of NoPing. I thought they were using Stampede for the Phoenix and Willow to make a play, but it was just Arzen trying to get away from the Invoker. And, yeah. Now Centaur just gonna take that top tower for the trade.
Yeah, 15 minutes in, finally gets it done. And that gives you
Burner,
gold for Burner. But speaking of, he's got 15 wand, Fairy Fire, and Reincarnation level 1 though. He's gonna have enough map. Oh, he popped his wand but didn't use the mango.
Yeah.
He could have had it with mango, right?
I think it's much better if he did it, because if he actually dies there with his Reincarnation, when they get the Radiance timing, the ulti will still be on cooldown. That's a 200-second level 1 Reincarnation cooldown, so better just die there, get your Radiance, and go fight, because you need to fight as soon as you get that Radiance.
And that's where the trouble with the Centaur that we were talking about earlier, right? You're going to hit that Radiance timing, and your Centaur's still going to be like 1,000 gold away from Blink Dagger. So now you're going to be even more reliant on PP to try and catch people out, but even him, going for this Kaya Sanj build, the more carry-oriented build on this Void Spirit. As Yule's on the Phoenix there, going to stop him in his tracks. And Matthew, with that arrow and Winter's Curse, they just burst through Pamplona. Dark Margot looking for the reinitiation. TP Shadow Realm out from the Willow gets her away. And PP Astral stepping off to the left means it looks like Infinity just lose the Phoenix.
Yeah, they should be okay with that because the meta was also popped there. HFN though, he's just gonna use this probably to farm. I don't think they're gonna make it to the Roshan and kill it in time before meta runs out.
I saw Dark Margot there for a second. Good sentry placed down. Sancti Yogi trying to keep vision in this entire area around the triangle. So yeah, we're what, 1,000 gold away from Blink on Centaur.
60 minutes, he already had 10k net worth on HFN. That is crazy. Listen, he at this rate, he can beat 13k by 20.
Absolutely can, yeah. He's huge. Isn't getting initiated on. Doesn't seem like there's any kind of escape. As HFN, Sunraid and the Bramble Maze, they're trying to catch him, but he's got Sunder as that backup plan. And Cold Embrace.
Level 3. Gets healed up for so much.
And he's going to be level 10 soon.
Yeah. That talent, 1.5%.
Does have a dive here. Phoenix, Supernova in fact expended. Terrorize misses.
Nice.
In comes Matthew with the leaps. Jump in from the Mirana. Self-fuels as well to dodge the Curse Crown and the Ravage onto the two of them. Slapping down onto PP and Burner. They lose so much here. The Void Spirit desperately scrambling, but the Deafening Blast and the dodge out from the Dissimilate. Dark Margot flips away from the jump of PP, and that's a 3-for-1 trade with Supernova being expended. And Wraith King, I mean, his Radiance arrives now.
Dude, Matthew destroyed that team fight. Like, all he did was make a sidestep because that Dark Willow was casting the Fear, and then he left in afterwards. I think a lot of Marauders would have just stood there or left in and tried to go for the egg right away, but he was so patient.
Oh, now a defensive Stampede. It's a good Sunray, though. Dark Margot burnt alive. Pamplona with that level 4 Sunray, even going to go for a dive forward onto Pandaboo. Now the damage over time, Infinity getting it to work. 2 good kills in succession. Oh, can they Roche? Can they do something off the back of this? There's a DD Terrorblade ready to fight in 10 seconds. They've got Moonlight, they've got Meta, they've got double damage TB.
Yeah, they just want to try to go for this mid tower with that Reincarnation plus a Radiance being up HFN. He can get a Radiance of his own though with the Reflection.
And Oscar's so tanky, just front lines. Walks and jumps into the middle of them. Yeah, the Randy burn for Burner's illusion. And they defend their tower.
HFN, he just wants to finish his Scotty. It's getting so close. Actually, hold on. There's still a little bit more time left on that DD. Why not go into the pit?
Use this DD.
They don't have Ravage, but that's okay. And almost got that Nova. It looks like they're just going to give this up.
I mean, Sexy Yogi's kind of in position here, but I don't think there's no entry point into that. Dark Willow just arrowed and caught. It's going to be a free Aegis there for HFN. Needs to open up a few slots.
Oh, Dark Mago takes it.
Interesting. Why is that then?
I don't need this. Maybe they don't plan to go high ground with this Aegis, but I feel like they should. Just go high ground, drop illusions, hit the buildings. You know, Infinity, they need to get through this terribly before they get the backline. But maybe they feel like Dark Mago, he's the one that Infinity is focusing. They're going to use Stampede, the Blink, the Void Spirit. They're going to all in onto the Invoker.
Burner. Oh, get away from there, buddy. Might be losing your Phoenix instead. Another Yule's arrow. Dark Margot's there. Pick off Pamplona. They stampeded forward. Larsen misses his stomp. Pandaboo is going to fly over the trees. Tornado whiffs. PP is behind the Centaur here as that potential to fight from the high ground, but it's all scouted by the Dire Observer Ward. They saw everything that Infinity was doing, and that allows Oscar and HFN to shove top lane, get the tier 1, catapult wave coming for tier 2. And look at how quickly they're running across the map. Look, Dark Mago, Matthew, Pandaboo, triple smoke. Run across, spot Arzen, play in towards the Centaur there, and just allow the rest of your squad to push the objectives.
Yeah. it's very dangerous to play on the both sidelines at the same time and show in on NoPing side, but because they're so far ahead, Infinity were not able to punish them bottom lane as they had 5 heroes there trying to find the 3 of NoPing. Now Terrorblade going to be able to get the top tower. NoPing have connected with each other. They're going to go for the next tower mid now. This, yeah, he's so freaking farmed. King K network now on the Terrorblade.
Oh, he's huge. I mean, Pamplona there throws one fiery spirit and realizes what a precarious situation he's in. Does dive away, but the speed at which NoPing are just running across the map, blinking aggressively, leaping down the throats of their opponents. Now the line is drawn to push down bottom lane. 2.5 minutes left on the Aegis, so plenty of time here to close out the rest of this map. Get a good, strong stranglehold onto Infinity. They need to de-ward this triangle so badly. Sexy Yogi's got a couple of sentries. Needs that high ground vision with a courier. Wraith King, please, if you would. Oh no, I'll bring my own courier to de-ward. I do get rid of some of the vision.
I hate that in pubs, Gary, when like you're a support and you ask your teammate, hey, can you go over this hill with your courier so I can de-ward? And they just ignore it.
You're asking me to press buttons?
They just
wouldn't dare.
Come on, guys. It's for the greater good of the team.
But not gone.
Yeah, just protect your supports when they're de-warding.
Oh,
Help
they're going
them.
high ground play here. Because they see PP mid, right? So they know that Infinity are not ready to defend this.
Well, PP also sees Matthew. Wand leap. Oh, another leap.
He's out.
Oh, no more astral steps. Yeah, so now you're right. High ground. It's been breached. TB messes it up. Straight up the ramp. And that tower already brought within inches of its life. Burner can try and get in to try and deal with some illusions, but the damage onto Wraith King destroys him, and Burner ravaged in under the waiting arms of HFN. It's a good fear, though. Sexy Yoga with the Terrorize saves the Wraith King's life. Oscar now with a Bedlam on him, but that cold embrace keeps him alive. Dark Margot will force them back while it looks like PP is going deep. Blink Stomp onto Pandaboo. Winter Wyvern still has the curse, pops the Holy Locket on himself, and a Supernova focused down by the Terrorblade. This should lead into game over, I believe. 2 heroes with no buyback, and there it is.
That's 2 quick 20-minute games for both teams, to be honest. I think this looks more like NoPing, right? They got very solid draft. The drafting order was much better. You know, getting Oscar, his hero that countered the enemy carry, was like the big factor, in my opinion, at least. Plus, they had the stronger carry, so they didn't feel pressured on NoPing side to constantly make things happen on the map. And I'm excited for game number 3. I guess server will also play a big factor in that. And Infinity, you don't want to give HFN this Terrorblade. Like, I think they're okay with the Deuce and the Lunas if they pick it early. I feel like there's a little bit more counters to that at the moment, but the Terrorblade just seems really difficult, especially with Centaur not even going double edge in the laning stage, which I was so shook by.
Yeah, we had some laning stage problems. We had the fact that it was like Winter Wyvern and Terrorblade first phase pick for NoPing as well. You know, having that ability to disengage from fights or have the heals and sustain through Cold Embrace. And, you know, Centaur not having the best of times there, not synchronizing with the Wraith King's timings. PP had to change things up and go more into that Kaya Sanj build instead of the Your Scepter, which we quite often see. But yeah, quite interesting. 2 pretty quick decided games just out of the draft and laning stage pretty much. We'll find out though. Game 3 going to come up right after this break.